guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing this wearable warm fall smoky eye. It definitely doesn't have to just be for fall, but I definitely think that this is a smoky eye that you could wear every day if you wanted to. It's got just a little hint of darkness in the outer corner, but overall it is pretty neutral and more of a natural smoky eye, if you will. I know that's kind of like an oxymoron, but I feel like it is definitely wearable. I did add lashes because I'm a false lash freak, but you do not have to add them if you don't want to. I know some people don't think that they can be wearable at all, but I did go for a more natural looking false lash. But honestly, just wear mascara if you want to. If there's anything in any tutorial that I ever do that you wouldn't do yourself or you're not comfortable with, you don't have to do it. You can totally customize to your own way of however you want to do it. So I hope you like this video. I really like the way it turned out. And if you end up recreating it, please tag me on social media. All of that will be linked down below. And if you want to see how I did this, then keep watching. So my eyes are already prepped and they are primed and set with a powder. I'm going to use this shade from Bobbi Brown. It is called Toast. It is an orangey neutrally brown. It is very, very similar to Bake Sale from Makeup Geek, which looks like this. Toast just has a little bit more warmth in it. Now I believe that these shadows are they're around $20 and these are around $6. I almost always use Makeup Geek in my videos. I miss these shadows and I want to show you a cheaper alternative in case you're curious. I'm going to go in with Toast on an E40 brush. Just going to kind of buff this into the crease area and all over the place. Working it here on the inner corner and then towards the outer corner and in the middle as well. And I want this to be a little bit more of a rounded, buffed out effect. And I'm holding about midway to the back of my brush. I'm kind of not going close up to the metal part, which is called the ferrule of the brush, because if I do that, this color is going to go on a lot more pigmented than I want. And then if you ever want more pigment, just go in and add more. Don't apply more pressure, because that's when you can get heavy-handed and you might apply more than you want to apply. So if you just keep going in with light layers, then you'll get a more gradual and smooth effect to your shadow than if you went in with a lot at once. Now I'm going to take a little bit more of a precise brush. This is the E35. You can see that the E40 that I used previously is a little bit fluffier. So this E35 is still fluffy, it's just not as fluffy. I'm going to go in with this shadow called Camel from Bobbi Brown. It's a little bit more of a mustard shade. There's a color from Makeup Geek that's very similar to this. Desert Sands, I believe it's called. And it's almost identical to this shade. I don't own it, but that's just what I've heard, and I've seen swatches of it too. So I'm going to go in with Camel. It's a really pretty camel-y mustard orangey brown. And on my E35 brush, I'm going to focus this mainly in the outer part of the crease. And I'm holding far back on my brush here as well. And I'm putting it closer to that outer corner, and then once the most of the product is there, I'm gonna slowly fade it inwards. And if you ever feel like it's not blended very nicely or anything like that, you can always go back in with any of the other shades on either of the two brushes. I'm just gonna use the E35 and go back into that Toast and kind of just lightly go over top of it just to make sure it's all nice and blended out. And now you can stop here with this look. If you don't like to go overly dramatic with your makeup, and this is more of a wearable smoky eye anyways, you don't have to do this next step. With any of my looks, you can stop whenever you feel the most comfortable. So this could be a pretty smoky eye for you if you don't normally wear smoky eyes or anything like that, but I think it needs just a little bit of a pop in the outer corner, just for me. So I'm gonna take Beauty Mark from Anastasia. It is a little bit of a purpley brown. It's very beautiful, and I'm not going to put too much on the outer corner because I still want this to be more wearable. I'm going to use my E25 brush, which you can see here now. Here's the E40 that we used first, then the E35, and now the E25. So you can see them gradually, you can see how they gradually get smaller. So I'm gonna go in with this, and I'm using a smaller brush so that I don't go overboard with this color. If you go with a bigger brush, you're gonna apply it in more area, and it's gonna look almost like you got socks on the face. You don't want that. So that's why I'm going in with such a small brush. Taking it right on the tip of it, and then I'm gonna put this right in that outer corner very slightly. So I'm keeping it down almost on the lid here, and I'm not even bringing it into the crease. I'm just putting it right there, almost like dotting it. And now once I've got most of that pigment there, I'm gonna feather it inwards and upwards in the crease. So it's almost just like on the outer lid here. So now that I've got that kind of just like stamped there, I'm gonna go back into the camel shade with that same brush, the E25, and I'm gonna go over it a little bit to help blend this out. You can really fade this inwards onto the lid here more, because you really want it to fade and you really want it to blend out. I think personally, I didn't want it to be that dark. I wanted it to be a little bit lighter, so that's why I'm going in with this camel a little bit more, just to help blend this out a little bit more and not be so dark and pigmented. So next, I'm just gonna brighten this up a little bit with a little bit of a sheen. It's not gonna be like an intense metallic shimmer, because to me, that's not super wearable. So I kind of debated between these two shades. This color is Grain from MAC. It's like a very light sheen color, but it's almost like a nude. And then this shade here is I-524 from Makeup Forever, and that's the one I'm going to be using today because it has a little bit more of a pinky sheen to it, and it is more of a sheen than the Grain shade. I'm going to take this Sigma short shader brush. It's the E20. It's a flat brush so I can pack on some color. I'm going to pick up that color. You can use whatever you have at home. Honestly, with any of this, you can use whatever you have. It doesn't have to be these exact products. I'm going to tap off the excess of that product, and I'm just going to smooth this here on the inner part of the lid, and it's just going to brighten this area up. I'm just kind of smoothing it here in the inner lid and just buffing out the edges. And then whenever you want to approach something from the side of the eye, like right now I'm trying to feather this in, and if I go in vertically, it's like gonna be kind of hard. I'm kind of moving my brush to the side like this and bringing my mirror over here and tilting my head in the direction that I'm coming from, like so. And if you're ever having a hard time applying something, or you feel like you don't have a lot of control, use the other fingers that you have to place on your face, and it will help you balance the brush and be exactly where you want to be and be more precise. That's another reason why I don't like to do my foundation first, because if I did, even if I had powder there, then I'd have fingerprints where I put my finger, and that's super annoying. So, and if I don't put my finger down, it's like so much harder to put exactly where I want and put the pressure that I want. So, and I don't normally put like pressure points or put my fingers down when I'm blending with a fluffier brush, because then it would be applying too harsh. If I leaned and then I blended like this, it's gonna be a sloppy mess, and it's not gonna be more blown out and poofed out because I'm applying too much pressure. But whenever you apply something with like a flat brush like this, where you want a lot of pigment, that's when I would do that. So with this right now, I'm blending and I'm really far back on my brush. All right, I'm gonna move into eyeliner. I'm gonna take the Inglot gel liner, and I'm taking some of my Duraline because this stuff is super, super de-duper dried out. So I'm gonna show you kind of how this works. You just undo this, drop it in, and then you can work from wherever you dropped in. You always wanna work like where it's wet. All right, so here's just with mascara. Looks fine, just mascara. The lashes that I am going to apply are super, super just like fluffy, and they look so real. I love them. They're the It's So Fluffy lashes from Velour. I pop them on right in the center. I grab the outer and pop that on, if I can get it. And then I turn my head this way and tilt it into the mirror, and I apply the inner part. So the glue is still drying, but you can see that this just looks, I don't know, it just looks so much more fancy. I don't really have really long top lashes. I have really long bottom lashes, but that's why I wear false lashes almost every time I do my makeup, which I don't even do my makeup that much, but okay, I'm gonna go ahead and apply this one and then do my face. For foundation, I'm gonna use the Hourglass Shell Vanish Foundation. This has been like, I don't know, like my go-to routine recently for the last like couple weeks. You've seen it in my like purple Smokey eye video. I'll link that up here. I did the same routine in there. I've been using my beauty blender to blend everything out recently as well. I talked about how the black and pink beauty blenders are different, and they so are, and a lot of you guys agreed with me too. So I really do like the pink one. I just don't like the black one that much. And now to conceal, I'm gonna use the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Concealer in the shade Y23. I'm just gonna use the tip of the beauty blender to blend out all of the concealer. It was so funny in my October favorites video, I asked if I should cut my hair, and I already did cut my hair. It just didn't make sense to edit that out because of what I said before it. I was like, oh, I have 2 questions. So it was like, I couldn't not ask that question. So in text, I put I did really fast over it, and apparently nobody caught it because I got a lot of people saying, don't cut your hair. Well, I did. And it's not much. I just got rid of all the dead ends and it looks so much better now. And now I'm going to take the Laura Mercier translucent powder with my beauty blender. And I like to set my face with this recently. Basically just like going to set all of the foundation because it really helps to mattify my whole face. I don't let it sit for too long though. I don't want it to like lighten or brighten or anything. I just want it to set this. And now I really love this under eye setting powder. It's the MAC Emphasize Shaping Powder. I'm gonna use my tapered highlighter brush from Sigma to do this step here. I like this because I am pretty fair, and this actually is illuminating. So it's like the only illuminating area that I put on the face is here and my highlight, but the rest I want to be very matte. Super bright. Next, I'm gonna contour my face. And I think I'm gonna use maybe like a mixture of these two. They are from Makeup Geek, Bad Habit and Infidelity. I'm gonna mix them together with my NARS Ita brush. I'm gonna tap off the excess because those were way more pigmented than I thought they were gonna be. So I'm going to go right in here. Oh, hey, hello. Those are super pigmented, holy crap. Ooh, very pretty though. For my blush today, I'm gonna go in with the NARS Gilda blush. It's a really pretty like peachy pink kind of shade, and it's matte and it's super pigmented, so be careful if you have this blush. So I'm only gonna do like a couple taps and then I'm just flicking off the excess. And I'm starting at the back of the cheek, holding really lightly and far away on my brush, and then doing these little circles and slowly moving forwards towards the apple of the cheek. So for my highlighter today, I'm gonna use a brand new highlighter that is not new in the makeup industry at all. I'm actually super late to the game, but I picked this up and I'm doing a haul video, but I had to use this because I just couldn't wait. So this is the Mary Luminizer by The Balm. I know, and I'm putting it right here on the high point of the cheekbone and the nose, which I always use my finger for the nose because I can get really precise with where I want the placement to be. And then I just blend it out. All right, while we've got the highlighter out, I'm gonna highlight my inner corner and my brow bone with the Mary Luminizer from The Balm. I'm just using this 219 pencil brush from MAC, and I'm just bringing it right here on the inner corner, and then I'm feathering it into the top lid area here. So it just fades. And it will brighten up this whole area. You can even bring it down here if you want. And then I'm taking that right up here at the high point of the brow. And now this is optional, you don't have to do this, but I'm gonna take some of that Toast shade from Bobbi Brown that we used originally and put it on a pencil brush. Very lightly, I'm just gonna feather this underneath the eye. Just a little bit, just to give some sort of definition here. And it just ties in the color just a little bit. And that's it for the bottom lash line. I'm gonna go ahead and apply some mascara to the bottom lashes. And I like to apply a lot because my bottom lashes are pretty long, and it's also gonna balance out with the top lashes that I have. You can apply as much as you feel comfortable. And now for my lip color, I'm gonna mix these two glosses together. They are from Too Faced, the new Lip Injections glosses. We've got Babe Alert and Milkshake, and the Babe Alert is more of like a coral color, and then the Milkshake is more of a nude. So I'm just gonna dot these on the lips and then blend them together, and they do have like hella tingle to them. All right, that is it for this video. I hope that you liked the look and how it turned out and everything. If there is any way that you would alter this to your liking, feel free to do so and make it your own and play around with shades and stuff with whatever you have at home. You don't have to use any of these products. You can use whatever you have at home to create it, because makeup is so just like intermixed and you can use anything to create this for yourself. So I hope you like this video. Please tag me on social media if you recreate this for yourself. All of that will be linked down below, and I will be talking to you guys in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.